kind of pissed off right now because I had this video completely finished, basically, and I got interrupted. But anyways, this is CT, and this is my Kentucky Florida recap, which shit's finished, went into triple overtime. And let me start off by saying Florida is extremely fortunate to come away with a win in this game. There were many situations where they could have lost, but they didn't. And that's the important part. Um, basically, there was two crucial plays I'll look back on at this game that really could have altered the outcome. The first one was the late in the fourth quarter. I think there was about 30 something seconds left. Tolles threw a strike to Ryan Timmons to the Florida 40-yard line, I want to say, and it hit him right in the hands. He tipped it, and Florida picked it off. Completely Ryan Timmons' fault. It was a beautiful pass by Patrick Tolles, and that eventually led to Florida driving the ball to about the UK 30 or 40 and missing the game-winning field goal. And the second play was the fourth down play that Florida had in the first overtime when they were down by 7. The and the thing people are going to talk about, I don't know how much is going to be talked about. Probably not because it's Kentucky. Probably not that much. But if the game clock that we see on the TV is 100% accurate, then that play clock definitely expired. If it's different, then forget it. It doesn't matter. But Ryan's or what's his name? Mark Stoops seemed to think that it was the same because he clearly thought the play clock expired. But regardless, Driscoll threw a fade to the corner of the end zone to Demarcus Robinson to tie the game, which they eventually led to a win in triple overtime. In the first half, I came away saying this Florida team is not much different than last year's. They were very good on defense and not good at all on offense. The second half looked a lot different. They looked much better on offense, but pretty mediocre on defense. But you have to say that Kentucky is a lot better than they were last year. I'm not exactly sure how much better because I'm not exactly sure how good Florida is just yet, but they are definitely a better team. They have a lot of speed. They have a stud quarterback in Patrick Tolles, and they have two good defensive ends and a couple good players on defense, a lot of speed on defense. And they very easily could have won this game and ended that 27-game winning streak that Florida has on Kentucky. But it's going to be interesting to see where these two teams go from here. Another thing, I would say Matt Jones looked very impressive on that last drive. I raved about him in the preview of Florida, I believe, not of this game, but my team preview over the summer. And people were giving me crap about that, saying that I should have mentioned Kelvin Taylor first and all this. But he's very good, and he may have showed himself to be the number one running back in Florida right now. But Demarcus Robinson had a great game. Driscoll was good at times and pretty bad in the first half. They were really riding him on some of the like halftime shows that I was watching. But we'll see where this goes for both of these teams. Kentucky's next game, they have a bye this coming week, and then they play Vandy at home, which you would imagine they'll get their first conference win in 2 years. And Florida goes to Alabama next week, which will be interesting to see. We'll know a lot more about these teams. It's really hard to say right now. We know Kentucky's better. We think Florida is a little bit better, but maybe not as much better as some of us may have thought or may have hoped, for Florida fans at least. But, Kentucky may be a really good team, even better than we think. And Florida may be much improved over last year, but man, it's just hard to say right now. We'll know a lot more here in a couple weeks. We'll know a lot more about Florida next week as they have a very tough test at Alabama. But that's all I got for this game. Florida beats Kentucky in triple overtime. Thanks for watching. See you next time.